Hey there, welcome to the Breakfast Club. I'm Kizzume. And sorry for not uploading last week. I've just kind of become a bit numb to a number of subjects right now because I am very nervous about this upcoming election. It's equally as important as our last, presidential election. I'm just very concerned. I don't want to see even more in the next couple of years, Supreme Court justices be assigned be voted in that are basically going to side with dominionists. When someone has the view that this government was founded to promote Christian principles and Christianity, they shouldn't be in that position, Now, I guess you could go Christian principles. Well, what are those? Well, if you take all the good things that are Christian principles, the things, when I say good things, I'm saying things that are good that people of just about every belief, including those that are atheists, can agree on, then sure, fine. But a lot of the dogma that's involved, a lot of the, especially things from the Old Testament, we don't need hints of that making their way into the government. Our government should be secular. I also don't believe in enforcing a strict code for how people are supposed to live. The rules that we have should make sense, and you can't say, oh, the Bible makes sense. No, it actually doesn't. You can't use that as the rule of law. But what scares me is the way that a number of people on the left are acting out of this. What scares me are the number of people who are not denouncing what Antifa does, or what some people in Antifa are doing, but it's in some of their message to by any means necessary. They have no problem being violent, but people will defend them. Well, Antifa technically means it. What do you do? What do you say to these people? Yes, technically Antifa is trying to push against fascism. Fine. But that's not what a number of these people are doing or what they are pushing. A lot of these people are pushing the idea of, you need to shut up, and and if you don't, we're going to make you shut up. That's the message. Whether that's, they really mean something. I don't care what they might really mean or what you think they really mean or any of that. But we have people who will defend Antifa because of what they're supposed to stand for. And it's just like, shouldn't you be judging them on what they're doing? If what they're doing is so bad that it negates the good things, why do you still stand up for them? You can't even say, oh, it's just a few. Their entire thing is to be intimidating. And their entire thing is they're covering their faces. They're obviously not wanting to be held accountable for things that they're doing. And as much as we should be judging the Democrat Party on those who are in power, the way media does things, and especially the way, new media does things, the people who are put in the spotlight the most end up being the ones that people will associate with the party, even if they're not actually associated with the party. People will see the actions of Antifa. They'll see the actions of some of these people who will chant for someone to leave a restaurant. People that will essentially, these people they're not doing violence, but they're kind of ganging up on people, on Republicans and making them scared. The Republicans that are in office, making them scared. Those tactics are not, I don't know what they think they're doing with those tactics, other than making themselves feel good because they've protested against something. But it doesn't, I think it achieves the opposite of what they're wanting. Tim Pool? Is it Tim Pool? Well, Timcast, the Timcast guy, he was talking about how right now it's kind of like what is that? A Chinese finger trap, And if you're just trying to pull out of it, you can't, and you've got to do something that's not quite intuitive and push it together before you pull out, and then you can take your fingers out. And he's saying that that's the situation that the left has found itself in, and so the most obvious, the things that are the most knee-jerk reactions to any of this stuff that's going on actually makes things worse for them. My analogy is that it's like the Democrats are this little kid that's getting bullied by these people all around, these people surrounding them, they're tossing the kid's belongings back and forth. And the more unhinged the little kid gets, the more the bullies laugh and are just like, ha ha. That's the analogy I like to give on this. I'm sorry, but as pathetic as Democrats can be, I didn't see them gloating about the whole, ha ha, we have the power, you don't, ha ha. I mean, we even have Trump saying, I'm the president and you're not. Right? Never have the Democrats been anything like that. Now, there was a nasty thing the Democrats did with the, if you say anything bad about Obama, you must be racist. Yeah, there was some of that going on. Now, when people said negative things about Obama, to me, I would ask them to substantiate their claims, because a lot of times their claims were just ridiculous. Obama's coming for your guns. Okay, prove it. Prove how Obama's coming for your guns. Is there some legislation I don't know about? Is there something that a specific thing that he's promoting? Or what? Or is it just his attitude about guns? You don't like his attitude, or what? What specifically is it? The things that were said negative about Obama certainly weren't about his warmongering. Nobody had a problem with that. As I've said before, people complained that the Republicans were saying that Obama wasn't hard enough, wasn't strict enough against terrorism. We come to find out afterwards that he was just really brutal. We knew this kind of going along, but a big deal was never made about it because mainstream media is pro-war. Mainstream media is ready to promote a war. Anything like that, they're ready to promote it. Right now, mainstream media is quick to promote war with Saudi Arabia because of the journalist thing, right? Oh, look, this is really juicy. Let's promote it. Let's promote war. Let's promote anger, which we should be angry, but about a lot more than just this journalist. We should have been angry for a while. We should have not went to war with them, but we shouldn't be doing business with them. Oh, let's be all buddy with them, right? Because I guess it helps our economy. It'd be nice if we could focus on other types of things helping our economy, but at this point, though, to me, I know I'm kind of all over the place in this video, and I'm sorry for that, but I don't want the bullies to win. I want there to be some sort of justice in this country, to where the ones that are just continually going, ha ha, we have the power and you don't, ha ha, I'm the president and you're not, ha ha, instead of, hey, let's work with each other, let's see what we can do to actually make this country better, instead of just trying to make it be exactly this, let's make this ideology top. What happened with one side trying to work with the other, trying to build a bridge of some sort? No, that's gone. And I suppose the Republicans felt this when Obama got elected. I don't know. And I'm not, I'm sorry, but there was a certain amount of racism involved in some people. Some, the word some, remember some people's attacks on Obama. People were upset that we had a black man as president. This is just some people. But still, you follow up, the first black president we've ever had with someone who's seen as helping continue a system of white supremacy. There are some things being talked about that I agree with the right on. For instance, I don't like affirmative action. I've never been much of a fan of it. I don't think someone getting a job based on anything, getting a job or housing or based on anything other than your actual skills or actual things that make you eligible. Being a particular race shouldn't just automatically make you eligible for something. When people are being given special considerations because they're not white, then going around telling white people that they have privilege because they're white confuses them. It confuses them. They don't understand what you mean by white privilege. They don't understand that it's all about what you don't have to experience. They don't get it. They see it as something that, a privilege. Well, it's something you're blatantly given. I don't think people should be given special considerations just because they are a particular race or a particular gender, or because they're non-binary or something like that, or they claim to be non-binary or whatever. No, I don't think someone should just get a job or be in a position or get a part in a movie or whatever just because they're a particular demographic. When it comes to getting help from the government, I'm sure they can mark down what your race is, I suppose, for statistical purposes, I guess. But it should be your situation that they look at first, not your race, not your gender. Now, obviously, there are going to be some things that only affect one gender. And fine, that's fine. Pregnancy is you're not going to have, anyway. What I worry about, I think, the most in this upcoming election is if the Democrats lose again, I think a huge portion of this country is going to actually lose hope. Some people may lose all hope. And maybe if you don't understand some of the root of terrorism is when people feel like they have no hope left. That's what worries me. That's the part that worries me. When losing means that we have to dial back progress because nobody's willing to work with each other anymore. I was just thinking about how the left doesn't take losing very well. But if we were more willing to work with each other, it would work out. Well, okay, yeah, you don't have the power, but we're not scared of just completely losing so much of the progress that we've made. We're used to the right wing holding back progress. That's part of their job. It's part of the job is to try to keep things the same, right? But because things have gotten so polarized, it's no longer about keeping things the same. It's about taking things backward, especially when you have the phrase "Make America Great Again." When someone says "make it great again," it's like saying that it's not great now. It's saying that it'll only be great when it's more like the way it was in the past. Well, on a social level, if we go back to these glamorized, romanticized periods like the 1950s, if we go back to that, think about that socially. What would that mean for so many people? And this is why so many people are concerned about what they're seeing, I'd be fine if the Republican Party was just about keeping things where they are. Let's keep things where they are. Fine. Great. That's fine. I'm not going to... But you want to take things backwards. You want a romanticized version of the past to become the present. And you can't have that. You can't have what it was like in the past without the negative parts about it. On all the sides. I think it's funny they romanticize so much about the 50s, except of course the corporate tax rate. Oh, we can do it so much better. No, you can't do it so much better. Okay, there's a reason why your utopia hasn't ever been. Except maybe during the beginning, the foundings of this country, you might have had your utopia, and then look at what it was socially. Good job, congratulations, right? But yeah, if the right wing or the Republicans in this country were more about just preserving what we do have, I could stand behind you. But that's not what it is right now. It's about going into the past. Any of you you wear a MAGA hat, you have made the statement that you hate what the country is now, and you would like it to be what it was at some point in the past, that you're not willing to declare what it is. Oh, well, it's just a slogan. Oh, it's just a slogan, huh? That's just a slogan. But the left wing are just NPCs. I'm going to show this image to show that the left aren't the NPCs.